All right. You said that you were going to do all of these things at the beginning of the year. Are you actually doing them? Right? Do you ever feel like you need to have that like school teacher? I couldn't find my regular glasses this morning, but that school teacher who's like, are you doing what you said you would do? I know that it can feel that way sometimes when we set up these goals for ourselves and then it's like, what is happening? Why am I not doing what I said I was going to do? So today I am bringing you, I originally planned on bringing you 6 ways to hold yourself accountable, to hold others accountable. And I actually have upped this so that we're going to be doing 8 ways to hold yourself accountable. Yeah, Juana's in the house. Hello, Tessa, Molly. Oh my goodness. All right, Leanne, good to see you. Awesome. And if you comment below with the word plan, then you will be sent from our amazing Molly bot right here. Oops, I think it's BeLive bot that's going to send it to you. Might be a combination of the two. We'll be sending you an amazing plan so that you can plan out your live video content so that you can hold yourself accountable to getting that done. So go ahead and comment below with the word plan. 1. Dude, Juan's calling me out. Molly, we are ready for 3 o'clock. And I'm going to talk about being on time today as well. Because this is something that I love to talk about. Okay, Estelle, plan, awesome. Sherry, plan, yes. Catherine, plan, please. Linda, plan, I love to see you all here. Hello. Okay, and I have some questions that I believe are either in Spanish or maybe, is it Spanish? Portuguese? Portuguese? I don't know. But I only speak English, German, and a little bit of French. So if someone can answer those questions, that would be awesome. I also want to know, do we have any Stars in the house? Do we have any Stars in the house? So we came up with this fun name for our community of people who are rocking their live videos, who are committed to celebrating their own sense of awesome, committed to celebrating joy, committed to getting it done and being a Facebook Live ninja. Give me a Stars down below, Leanne DeSanto. Dude, do you know how glad I was to see that you're here today? I hope I get to see you tomorrow. All right. Yes. Okay. I can get on tangents. Yeah. I love it. Stars. Allison, you're a darling as well. I'm so glad that you're all here. Okay. So this is something that is going to help not only you to be able to be like, this is what I said I was going to do, and I am going to do it. It's also going to help you if you are working with clients or if you have students and you want to help to make them be more accountable to what they say they're going to do. And if you're building a team. So I know we have loads of people in this community who are both service-based professionals and have like influencers who have online communities. And we also have people who are in direct sales, who are building a team, or maybe you even have a team of people who are working for you within your business, and this will help with that too. Ta-da! Oh boy, I get to see Leanne DeSanto in person tomorrow. I'm so excited. Tessa, hello, yay, Angel, good to see you here. I love it. Okay, for those of you that don't know what the Stars are, this is part of my really awesome Facebook community. We meet here on Wednesdays at BeLive TV. We meet all the time inside my free Facebook group, which is Elevate Your Awesome. And I would love too to know if we have any members of the Can Fam, the BAM Fam, or the Glam Fam. Those are my really amazing paid programs: Camera Confidence, Messenger Automation Academy, where we teach about bots, and Go Live and Monetize, our really hardcore group, private coaching group. Glam, Cam, Fam, Bam, we got all this stuff here happening. And if you are a member of BeLive and you've used BeLive, we're so stoked that you're here to up level your skills. BeLive TV is something that I am so thrilled to be a part of. It's so cool. You can do all kinds of things like this. Let me just take you behind the scenes and I'm going to show you what you can do before we get into some accountability. Check it out. So I can actually take you back here behind the scenes and show you my desktop. This is what the platform looks like back here. I can turn off this frame, turn on this frame. I can see all of your comments here. I can say, hey, Nanny, good to see you. Stars represent. So fun. And watch this. You can even plan out an agenda, which is a lifesaver for me. And this is one of the tips that I'm going to share with you about being more accountable. Ooh, look, you can see the tips right here. Secret. And we can bring these tips up onto the screen ahead of time. I can put them all in there, and then I can really stay on track so that I don't get too scattered or all over the place. I make sure that the content that I want to provide for you is right there within my agenda. And see this little solo button? Bloop, I made that so that the desktop on my screen would take over, and then I can go here, boop, and it goes away. So cool. Or I can remove the solo button. Hey, Mandy, good to see you. So I can remove the solo button, and look, I can change up the broadcast so that it's going all different ways. Woohoo, woohoo, cool, cool. Look at that. And then I can move this. There's all kinds of fun things that I can do. And you can do this too. And you can get a free trial. If you've never used BeLive TV, when you comment below with the word plan, you'll not only get my video content planner, but you'll also get a free trial for BeLive TV, which is so cool. And one of the tips that I'm going to give you today is actually something that you can do with BeLive. All right. So we're talking about being accountable and actually doing what we say we're going to do, right? Michelle, Cam Fam in the house. I love it. We got all these Cam Fams. So good. Okay, so this is something that I know we all can continue to work on, right? And I'm sure there's many of you who are not only running a business, you probably also have families, or you have friends, or you have pets, or you have other things that you are accountable to as well, in addition to running your business. And if at the beginning of the year you set a big, scary goal for yourself, I would love to know that you've done that. And I would love you to comment below. Hey, Malstars, Lacey. I would love you to comment below with the word goal, if this is something that you did at the beginning of this year. Because we know that goal is there, and now it's time to put some implementation into the mix. Right? And I've had several people say to me, like, Molly, how do you implement the way that you do? And I'm going to tell you right now that one of the ways that I implement the way that I do is because I have some ninja tricks for staying accountable to what I say I'm going to do. And I also, goal, yes, I love it. I love it. Oh, and since this is something that is not only valuable for you, this is also valuable for your clients. It's valuable for your team members. It's valuable for the other people on the other soccer moms in your life. My kids don't play soccer, so I'm not a soccer mom yet. Maybe I will be someday. But I would love you to share this video, because the more people that we reach with this message, the happier we will all be, right? And, you know, then there won't be disappointment when someone thinks that maybe we didn't do what we said we were going to do, or when you don't do what you say you're going to do, ooh, right? So we're going to get really clear about all of this. Oh my gosh, Jessica, I love it. Jessica, I saw your answer to the question in the masterclass. I think that was you yesterday or the day before. This Japanese conversation club sounds so cool. She quit her office job, and this is your goal, is to quit your office job and run the Japanese conversation club full time. So cool, Jessica. I love it. Okay, so yes, ooh, awesome. Yeah, and if you want to share it onto your team pages, if you want to share it into your own Facebook group, if you want to share it onto your business page, if you want to share it onto your personal page, I would so love that. And if there are people that you can think of that you know would really benefit from this, don't do this in a spammy weirdo way. Do this in a uplifting, amazing way. If there's people that you know would benefit from this, go ahead and tag them in the comments here so that we can celebrate them and really build this community. Because I am convinced the more mall stars that we have in the world, right? The more mall stars we have in the world who are celebrating their awesome, using BeLive TV, getting out there and being visible, sharing their real, natural, unique goodness, I swear to you, we will be continuing to make a difference in this world, because there are a lot of people who have something valuable and amazing to share, and they're stuck because they're too afraid to share it. So let's get loud. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. That was my favorite dance warm-up song when I used to teach dance lessons. Let's get loud and let's share our message. All right. Don't forget to comment below with the word plan, and then you can get access to my video content planner and also the free trial for BeLive TV if you've never used it before. Hooray! Okay, and when you do share, go ahead and comment with the word share down below so that I can give you a shout out. Okay. The first step in this whole accountability thing, right? This one is going to be a little more in depth. This very first step, there's going to be 8 tips that I'm going to give you today. And the very first one is not to be taken lightly. And this is to decide. I've spoken about this before. Maybe you've heard me, and I cannot be clearer about how important this is. And I want us all to take a moment. I think I actually made this the last tip as well. I'm going to skip ahead to tip number 8, which is to tell the truth. Okay. And I'm going to open up and be super vulnerable with you right now, because this last tip is something that seems like, duh, obviously you'd want to tell the truth. But this is something that my husband said to me one night as we were lying in bed, and I was like feeling overcommitted. And he said to me, Molly, why don't you just tell the truth? And I'm going to be really big about this today, that it's important for us when we do decide that we're going to do something and we commit to doing something, we need to make sure that we actually assess whether or not this is something that you really want to do or that you're really capable of doing. And that you're really clear up front about whether or not you're capable and whether or not it's really something that you want to do. Because when you decide, I want you to actually decide. Does that make sense? So if you're saying, yes, I'm going to hit, and I've had this happen with clients before where they're like, I'm going to hit $50,000 this month and there's nothing that's going to stop me. And sometimes I have to say, okay, let's actually look at that though. Is there something that would stop you? Maybe you actually need more balance in your life and it's not possible for you to be healthy and live a life that you love and actually hit that goal, right? Or maybe it's possible, but you're also going then to decide to have to bring on some team members. So if this is resonating with you, give me a hashtag truth down below. If you think that I'm crazy, give me a hashtag crazy and I will clarify. And I just realized that was probably asking for it. So if you give me a hashtag crazy, I'm just going to accept it. Maybe you believe this is truth and you think I'm crazy. And we'll just go with that. But this is really important, because when you find yourself not able to meet your commitments, or you're not doing what you said you were going to do, it's usually because you didn't actually decide. Right? Maybe you're, thank you. I heard a truth, right? So let's get a little loud about that, and let's decide. If we're going to decide, we're actually deciding. If it's something that when you say, yes, I'm going to commit to doing that, and you're feeling that you probably should say no, I want to urge all of you to speak that feeling of maybe I probably should say no out loud. And then address why you might want to say no. If it's because you're afraid, kick that no to the curb. If it's because you know that you don't actually have the time or the resources to make that happen, then say it. Right? And I'm saying, thank you, Mandy. I'm going to freeze for a screenshot later for that one. Okay. So funny. And I would love it. Like, if this is something that you're willing to be more open to, and I'm committing to this with you as well, because this little piece is something that I still struggle with also, because I love saying yes and I love jumping in and I love it. But then what happens is, as we grow, as things change, then we end up getting overcommitted. And then it's like, how did this happen again? I'm not able to deliver the things that I'm holding myself accountable to without stressing myself out. And what happens hey now, Jeff Adams. Oh, Jeff Adams, I'm talking to you as soon as we're done with this broadcast, because I have a really specific ninja secret question for you. I think I messaged you and you didn't respond to me. Now look what happened. I'm calling you out. Maybe I just messaged you telepathically though. Watch for my message. Okay. So, okay, wait, what's this? Watch video, saying it, and recognized it. Saying it is so important. Yes, 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 yes. So this decide piece is the foundation to all of this. And if you get to a point that you're not doing what you said you were going to do, go back and look. Did you actually decide? Or did you maybe fake decide? Because if you actually decided, it should just be done and we shouldn't have to do the rest of this video because you already decided, right? Okay, now I recognize sometimes when you decide, you don't realize how much work it's actually going to take to do what you said you were going to do. And so this is what we're gonna dig into that. Bo, hello. Ooh, yes. Okay, Nancy says that no, when I sit with it, I know I'm guilty of so much new stuff at once, and I wonder, holy crapola, I'm overextended, or am I just freaked with the newness? Ooh, that's such a juicy, good point, Nancy. I love it. So as we go through the rest of this, think about that question, because I think you're going to get some answers. So once you decide, give me a decide in the comments down below so that I know you're deciding, right? Once you decide, this is the first big step. Announce that you've decided. So if this is about doing a Facebook Live, the thing that's super cool and also super scary is you can announce by doing a pre-scheduled Facebook Live here with BeLive TV. Now, what happens when you do a pre-scheduled Facebook Live, it creates that little post that actually, let's dig in and I'll show you the post that oh, go away. No, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Okay, I'll show you the post that Jeff Adams has set up for tomorrow. So there we are. Hello. So if you go to, I'm in the right spot. Okay. Actually, just to be clear, we're going back and forth a bunch of times. I'm going to remove this, hide. See how easy that was? Okay, I'm going to go back to BeLive TV and I want to show you the post that Jeff Adams has created for his next video right here. He's going to be live at 12 o'clock up front. He's telling us what he'll be speaking about, right? So he says, what brings you joy? Are you following that dream for 2018? What brings me joy this week is guests Jeremiah Jones from Jeremiah Jones Music. So good. So he's letting us know why we should show up. He's giving us his hashtag live positive, which I so love. The Mall Stars love that hashtag. Jeff Adams. Stand for Joy is my similar one. I love it. And check this out. You can click here and get a reminder. So he's announced he's going live at 12 p.m. People can click and get a reminder. There's also a way where people can sign up to get live reminders via his messenger bot, right? And so now you have a group of people who have signed up and they have seen and they have clicked get reminder and they're there ready for you. So let's go back to Juan. Juan said at the beginning of this, Juan, are you still here? I'm giving you a little shout out. He said, hey, Molly, ready for 3 o'clock. And you want to know what time it was? 11:59. Right away, ready to go, right? And then at 12:02, Tessa was saying, Molly, Molly, the crowd is chanting. So what if I had not been accountable and I had not actually done what I said I was going to do and shown up for that video? It would have caused all sorts of problems. So I'm going to be really honest with everyone here right now, as I love to do. My son Frank had 104-degree temperature last night. It was like 102 the day before. My son Charlie had 101-degree temperature today. I have crazy things happening with my business, awesome things happening with lots of clients and business and all of this. I very easily could have said, sorry, Mall Stars, sorry, BeLivers. I know that I've already announced that I'm going to be doing this video. You've all clicked the thing. Tessa's here chanting. And I could easily be like, nope, I'm not going to do it. But I'm not doing that because I've already announced it to all of you. And I've decided on Wednesdays, unless there's some reason that I know about ahead of time, I'm here with you. And yes, Jessica, thank you. She says, are they okay? They are. And I could have. Here's the thing. You can, and this is where that deciding comes into play. And this is actually something I meant to mention about this. When you decide, you also have to be really clear about where your boundaries lie. So for me, I was a couple minutes late because I took a couple extra minutes with Charlie to get him some medicine to make sure that he's set. He's had some Tylenol. My husband came home from work today to be with him so that I could be here with you today. And this is like, you have to have open communication with the people who are in your life, and you have to have boundary lines. So I could have sent out a message this morning and said, hey, my kids are sick. I'm not able to do the live today. And that's okay too, right? There's some other things that I was supposed to do yesterday, but because my kids were sick, some things fell through the cracks. I had to pick them up today. And I know that I can feel okay saying, hey, my kids are the most important thing. Things got a little wonky because they were out of school and this stuff has happened. But you have to decide. and know where those boundaries lie. And then when you say, I'm not going to be able to do what I had committed to doing, you don't feel guilty about it. And people know that you're not like a flake, right? Trish says, okay, if they go to the hospital, you better not worry about all of us. Hello, totally. Thank you. I know. And that's the thing. Like, you have to know where those boundary lines are. And I know that he's okay. The funny thing is, Charlie was like 101 degree temperature. And I said, how are you, buddy? And he's like, I'm good. I'm great. Because he can't say his G's. I'm good and great. But then he started going a little grumpy saurus. So I took some extra time to make sure I got some cuddles in with there. And it's okay. Right? Yeah. So when you announce, though, this is something where you're making it known to everyone that you plan on showing up and doing this. Right. Another thing that I thought would be awesome to talk about when we decide and we announce and we show up and something's happening. What about when things go crazy wrong? So some of you were there with me yesterday. Wait, give me a been there in the comments below if you have planned something, been totally prepared, made sure everything was taken care of. You got up and you implemented, you are ready to be accountable and make it happen, right? And then things go wrong. And sometimes, Nancy, this is actually really good for you. Oh, Mark is late to class. This is 3 weeks in a row you've made it, Mark. I'm very proud of you. So if Nancy was saying earlier, she can't tell if it's the fear or the tech. I think that's what you said, or the newness, right? That makes you not want to actually do it. And I'm going to be super honest about 2 other times this has happened to me. And these stories I think will be really, really awesome for you. So yeah, been there. Thank you. Thank you. So 2 times this has happened to me where I had to be really clear. Is this the fear, or is this because I don't actually have the resources to make this happen because it's new and hard to figure out? So one was when I first was creating my masterclass, which I know many of you have been to. I have all these slides, and I had done my masterclass without slides in the past. And my coach was like, Molly, it is time that you do this with some slides and make it official. It's not off the cuff. It's like a real tangible thing now. And I sat in front of those slides. I told him that I would do it. And I sat in front of those slides for like weeks with this feeling in my stomach of like I was going to throw up every time I went to do those slides. I was not very familiar with PowerPoint or Keynote. And dude, Jessica, this is exactly what I'm talking about. She just said improvising is my zone of genius, but I cannot plan. And I have learned that's the way that I am as well. But I've so firmly relied on my improvising skills, who knows? I've so firmly relied on that I know that there's been times when that has stopped me from reaching a higher level of success. And because it's scary to me to plan. And that might be the opposite of how it is for a lot of you, but we all have those moments where it's like, right? Where we get freaked out a little bit. So I finally moved through the fear. I recognized, Nancy, in that moment. I was sitting at this Italian restaurant where I would go to work sometimes. I had a glass of wine. I had these amazing stuffed mushrooms that are so good. If you're ever in Orange, you have to go to this restaurant and have these stuffed mushrooms. They're crab. They're so good. Okay, so I'm there with this and I'm like, I can't do it, right? And I messaged my friend Amy Jones, who was my accountability partner at the time. So that comes into tip number 7. We're going backwards, which is get support. And I messaged her and I was like, these slides make me feel like I'm going to throw up. And she was like, good, do it. Right? So when we actually move through the fear of planning, because here's what I think happens when we're afraid to plan and afraid to do what we say we're going to do. It's like, okay, if I take all this time to plan and I actually implement it and it doesn't work, what does that mean? A lot of times we go back and we think like that means that when I actually plan, I implement and my stuff doesn't work, that it's like bad, that this is just not happening. But what it really means is you can go back, you planned, you implemented, now you can go back and review and make little tweaks, right? So this is like big. So if you can announce it and you can put yourself in that place where even if you announce it and things start to go a little bit wrong, you still commit. So who was at my masterclass yesterday? Was anyone here at my masterclass yesterday? Oh, because I decided to use Ecamm, not BeLive, because sometimes it's a little easier for me to share my slides that way. And it cut out 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many times, like several times during my masterclass. Finally, the whole thing went gong and like completely blocked everyone off into the broadcast. And I was like, I had this moment, for those of you who were there yesterday, I had this moment where I literally sat in this exact chair, which I was trying to figure out why I'm so close to the camera. Boom, because I had a pillow behind me. Okay, so I was sitting in this exact chair and I was like, this is it. I can decide I'm not doing this masterclass today. I can decide to change my plan, right? But instead, I was like, no, I announced this. There are 60 some odd people here with me right now. I'm not going to drop them. And so I was like, Mahoney, you decided, stay accountable, do it. And I'm totally glad that I did, right? So and it was awesome. And we had so many, it was like one of the best master classes we've had. And so many people stayed on and I almost cried 4 times because it was like so amazing. Okay. So when you're in that moment and you're like, I don't know if I can do this, go back to the fact that you decided. And whatever's coming at you, take it as a good sign that's challenging your decision. All right. Oh, here's number 3. Can I get an amen about that? I'm feeling fired up today. Okay, amen is visible reminders. So, like, for example, check this out. Ta-da! Giant wall calendar that you can like look at and see all the time. Posting post notes or changing your desktop. Oh, did we just lose things? Okay, I went a little kooky there for a second. Changing your desktop background, changing the backdrop back on your phone, putting actual like words behind you. This, look what Kelly got me. You know how I'm always talking about water, drinking water? For those of you that are new, you may not know this, but drinking water is hard for me to remember to do and to stay accountable to. So check this out. Hydrate. And it's like this giant thing that I can have with me at all times. It even shows me what time are we at? Oh, I'm like doing good. No, oh, I'm late. I'm late? I'm totally late. I'm supposed to start drinking. But it's a good visual reminder. Oh no, are we stuck? Am I frozen? Am I frozen? Okay. I think I should maybe, something's going kooky right now. Let me do this. Hold on. Okay. So this tells you what time it is. How awesome is this, right? Because then it's telling me at noon, I need to drink this. So by 2 o'clock, I need to have this much to drink. I've got 2 hours. Oh, or you can set a reminder on your phone. At one point, yeah, super choppy, right? Hey, so good to see you, Camden. I love it. Okay, choppiness, I'm gonna refresh this. So stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I'm accountable and I'm coming right back. Don't leave me. I'll be right back. Oh, hold on. Hello. Okay, this will be way better. I had the one cool thing about BeLive is that you can set it so that you can have a higher resolution, and I had it set a resolution, which I probably should not have done. I will find a link for this bottle. There's like a company that makes it. Whirly Drinkworks, whirlydrinkworks.com. Okay. Woo, hey, Vicki, good to see you. Hi, Candace. Yes, and comment below with the word plan so that you can plan out your live video content. Let's go over this little agenda real quickly. So we're talking about being accountable, right? So what it takes to actually do what you say you're going to do. Share this video if there's somebody that you think would benefit from this, or if you would benefit from this and you want to prove to your friends, like, hey, let's all be accountable together. check out this awesome content. Yeah. Okay. And then, like I said earlier, comment below with the word plan, and we will send you a content planner right away so that you can be more official. And the number one tip is decide. And so you've got to be truthful with yourself and really know, like, is this that you actually have the resources to do and that you actually want to do? And then once you decide, you shouldn't have to go back and decide again because you've already decided. Make an announcement to your peeps out there. Right, Liz, good to see you. Make an announcement to your peeps. Let everybody know. And that will help hold accountable because you've told everyone else it's happening and you don't want to let everyone else down. Number 3 was set visual reminders. So this is like awesome when you have a big calendar on your wall. Awesome when you have like water bottles, other things. I'm really big about the fact that my brand colors are literally everywhere in my life now, so that I always remember, like, I've committed to doing this. I'm committing to supporting you. I'm committing to being here. So visible reminders can come all over the place. It's super fun. Okay, number 3. Are you ready? I like this one. Make it impossible to avoid. So, oh my gosh, Liz, so me too. Who else is going to social media marketing world? I can't wait. It's going to be so. Give us an SMMW down below if you can't wait to be there. I was just talking to Phil this morning because there's so much cool stuff happening. I'm so excited. Okay, make it impossible to avoid. So literally, like, trap yourself. So I know that I've heard a story about someone who wanted to learn to play violin and he wasn't practicing his violin. So he put his violin like in the middle of his table where he couldn't like get out of his room he couldn't do anything without picking up the violin. So if you have to physically move something in order to avoid doing it, it's like a constant reminder that you have to do it, right? So yes, make it impossible to avoid. So sticking things all over the place, like, slap yourself in the face with your commitment, with your decision. Good one. Okay, so what are different ways? If you guys are brave enough to admit things that you're maybe a little bit worried about committing to because you're worried you want to actually do it, let's talk about it. Or here's another way, if you have things like, Leanne DeSanto, are you still here? Let's see if you're still here. I know sometimes we got lots going on, but if you're still here, I want to talk to you about something with everyone all at the same time. Vicky says, I set a goal to go live on Facebook Monday through Saturday, all of February. Oh my gosh. I'm so super pumped about the video planning sheet. I'm compiling ideas now. So good. So the more impossible you can make it to avoid, the better. So this can be like you commit to, some of you know my awesome friend and client, Audra, who designed my office and found this beautiful paint color. And she, at one point, was doing videos while walking her dog. I know, so it was like walking with Grace, and her dog's name is Gracie. I know Leanne DeSanto, who might still be here. Leanne DeSanto had done some videos with her dog as well. Her dog's name is Shiloh, I forget. But she would do these videos outside with her dog. And how awesome would it be if you know you're going to do something else, like, for example, Mark knows that he's going to take his kids to school. He can't avoid them. But maybe it's something that you have a schedule where you do something that you've been avoiding consistently. Every time you take the kids to school, you do it as soon as you get back to the car. I have lots of clients who were not reaching out to make like one-on-one connections. And so we figured out in their schedule, like, what do you do on a weekly basis or on a daily basis? And one of them went to CrossFit. So she was going to the gym, but she wasn't doing this other thing. And I said, awesome. So when you go to the gym, as soon as you get back in the car, that's your time to connect with people. Just take an extra 10 minutes in the car, right? Okay, yay, lessons from Shiloh. Cool. So Leanne, if Leanne was going to really commit to doing these lessons with Shiloh live, right, then she could send out She could send out a message to her email community, her email list. She could post it as her cover photo. I'm going to make this impossible to avoid. So you post it as your cover photo on your business page, on your personal page, wherever you're doing this. You start building a list in your bot community. You send it out to them, letting them know that this is happening. You have, look. We're going through all of this out of order. So bot reminders, email reminders are a really great way to hold yourself accountable because then everybody knows that it's coming. You can also have an accountability buddy of some sort, like you do it together. So Mark, let's say you find someone who's also avoiding going live and you guys do a series for the month of February, you do it together. And then you can't let each other down because you've committed to one other person that you're going to do this, right? It's one of the great reasons that many courses have accountability partners that they set you up with, which is awesome. We also, inside our program, we have the ability to sign up for bot and email reminders so that you remember to stay on track inside Camera Confidence. It's 30 reminders that come out every day. And here's the thing. Some people respond, I'm like choppy saurus on my side. Some people respond really well to them, and some people get them every day and still don't do it. And then they come to me and they're like, I feel so bad. You've sent me a reminder every day and I'm not doing it. And I'm like, I'm not actually sending you the reminder. The bot is sending you a reminder. This is on you of whether or not you want to decide to do it, right? And so we do a lot of fun things to help to hold them accountable to get to that place. I even had someone in a course, it was Brian Harris, and he did this awesome thing to hold people accountable to getting through the course, which was he had people who, and this is an awesome idea if you guys are interested in this, he had people who were really committed to go through the content and sign up credit card. He had them sign up with their credit card, saying that every Friday they would fill out a form reporting what they had done that week. And if they didn't fill out the form reporting what they had done, he would donate for that week $100 to a charity that they did not want to support. Am I okay? Am I coming through? I don't know what's, maybe something goofy is going on with my computer because it was doing this to me yesterday also. And I just deleted bunches of things. Maybe I just need to restart my computer before my next broadcast. So this is on my side of overcommitment. Are we working? Are you, okay, tell me this. Is this coming through and it's just my video that's choppy? Because I want to make sure you can actually hear me. Can you hear me? Let me know. If you can hear me, then I'm just going to keep going, and I don't care that I look weird because, but if you can't hear me, maybe we should start a fresh broadcast. Let me know in the comments below. It's the landslides. I know, right? Well, that sounds maybe kind of funny, but okay, but I'm just going to keep going. Thank you. Liz says the audio is mostly okay. So we've had lots of crazy rain, and there could have been some things that were knocked around on my roof that are making my Wi-Fi not work very well. Oh, that's a good point too. You guys, Facebook was cuckoo yesterday. Like there were lots of people in one of the communities I'm in that were getting welcome messages like, welcome to Facebook. Now it's time to connect with your friends. All right, so I'm just going to leave it and hope that in the replay it's going to be good. Okay, at the Mo is okay. Hey, Howard, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so we're going to keep going. So he had people give their credit card information and sign this little contract to agree to donate money to a charity that they did not actually want to support, which was pretty dang funny to me. And it forced everyone to get their booty and gear to actually do it, right? Yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. Oh yeah, Liz said Facebook was posting her personal newsfeed in her groups. I kept getting messages from people all day yesterday that was stuff like that was happening. So strange. Okay, so this is like the opposite of what Brian Harris did, but I was going to say give yourself a reward. So if you, and like make an agreement, make a pact with your husband or with your wife or with your partner or with your accountability buddy that, hey, after we do this, we're going to go this thing. After I complete this, we're going to go do this thing. If we can get to this goal, we're going to go do this thing. And have that person hold you accountable so that you don't just jump in and give yourself the reward early. Right? Oh my gosh, I know. And so you do the reverse reward where you like give yourself a punishment if you don't do it. Nikki says, now that is some motivation, right? Okay. Yes. Oh my gosh. Nancy, you're in trouble, dude. She says, about a year ago, I had a coach that did that. Donate to a non-preferred charity if I didn't do it. I backed out totally. OMG, goober. Oh my gosh, my music stand. That like was loud. It didn't really hurt, but scared me. Dude. So Nancy, this really comes back to deciding, right? We've got to make that decision to actually get stuff done. Okay, and then number 7, which we've already talked about, is getting support, right? Having that person you can count on so that you actually show up and do it. And that can be in a team member, and I mean, a team member, a coach, a business partner, a husband, a wife, whatever. But seriously, get the support that you need. And then we're going to come back to tell the truth. So if it's too much, or if your kids are sick, or if maybe it's not actually what you're able to do, then tell the truth and say, hey, this isn't actually what we're able to do. So, rather than being hard on yourself when you didn't do what you wanted to do, assess it. Like someone had a really good little acronym. Oh my gosh, so funny. Someone had a really good acronym earlier, which I missed it, but it's like the plan, do, review, right? So you plan it out, you do it, and then you go back and you tweak, right? So let's go back over these little guys again. I know we're kind of choppy, but we're going to go over this. So remember, the main key is to decide. Oh my gosh, decide that this is actually happening. And figure out, if you haven't actually done it, go back and see, did you really decide? Or what is it? Like, do you really want to do this? Maybe you need to tweak the plan a little bit, right? Then number 2 is announce that this is actually happening. Let others know. And if you're planning on doing this full force, then do it full force. Go big or go home. So then set up visible reminders for yourself, not just for other people, right? I'll share what that acronym was. So set up those visible reminders all over your place, everywhere that you can, so that you don't allow it to slip through the cracks. You do it. And when you set up those visible reminders, make it impossible to avoid, like set booby traps for yourself. Yeah? Oh, I like it. Plan, do, check, adjust. Super good. Okay, then set up bot reminders. So email list, bot, whatever it takes, let people know that it's happening. And then so that you have other people that you're accountable to. When I am like doing, wanting to exercise more, drink more water, I set up a challenge for my community. And when I hold other people accountable, then I hold myself accountable. So that's another little trick within that. Number 6 is set up a reward for yourself. Or if you're going to be like Brian Harris and really freak people out, set up a punishment. If you don't do it, this is what's going to happen, and actually stick to it, because that's what means you've decided, right? Yes. You keep what is good and works, and then you adjust it and work. And then number 7 is you get support. So whether that's in a coach or an online program of some sort, or an accountability partner or a team member, get support. You don't have to do this alone. You really don't. And then number 8 is come back to that beginning decision and tell the truth. Tell the truth. And realize if you're not doing what you said you were going to do, maybe you're not telling the truth, right? Maybe in the first place. So you got to figure out, right? Jifty. Just freaking do it. Okay, we're going to bring this to an end because I think I need to reset my computer. But thank you guys so much for being here. I know this is something that is sometimes hard to admit that we struggle with, but it's really important that we recognize what it actually is that's preventing us from being held accountable, that's preventing us from actually doing what we say we're going to do. So comment below with the word plan if you want access to that planner, and then you're able to plan and actually commit and do and announce it, get it out there and let people know that it's happening. I love being here with you on Wednesdays and just finding new ways to be able to elevate your awesome. If you're watching this right now, next week we're going to be talking about reasons that your social media engagement might be in the toilet. So recently I've noticed several mistakes that people are making, and some things have adjusted. So there's mistakes that a lot of people are making that I was talking to my team member Kelly about it this morning. I was like all fired up. So I already know we're doing that next week. So make sure that when you come below with your plan, you know that you'll get reminders here via BeLive. You'll also get reminders over at my Facebook page as well, which is super fun. And if you ever are like, Molly, why are you reminding me in both places? Just reply to the BeLive bot with the word stop and hit unsubscribe, and we'll stop reminding you here. But I like to just get you on all sides. Boom, make sure that we show up and get this stuff done. Okay, it's awesome to be here with you, and I will see you next week. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow if you're a part of our courses or our programs. And this has just been awesome to be here with you. So, mwah, thank you. Go out, be healthy, be happy, get stuff done. Just freaking do it. Okay, bye.